Lexi's Stories, your easy path to confident speaking, starting from zero. A simple beginning. Hello, friend. Let me, Lexi, ask you something simple. Have you ever started learning English and then felt like it was too hard? Maybe you began with a big dream and strong hopes, but after just a few days, you felt sad and wanted to quit. Maybe you opened a book, trying hard to learn English, but it felt like your brain couldn't hold the information. Maybe you saved many English YouTube videos and downloaded many files, but then just left them there. Or maybe you really want to talk, but you feel shy and afraid. Honestly, I, Lexi, truly know that feeling. I was in your shoes before. I went through the exact same thing. But what if I told you this simple truth? Learning and speaking English is actually easier than you think. You don't have to study for many hours, or spend a lot of money on classes, or be a super smart person with languages to be able to speak. I made this ebook because I want to give you a simple, clear way to speak English. This will save your time and your money. English Inner World is an English project started with one goal: to share the message that everyone can easily learn and speak English, and that simple act can easily change their life. In this ebook, I will show you how to turn on the language ability that is already inside you. Each step I share will bring you closer to speaking English with real confidence. Please let me use the word I as I share this journey with you, with deep respect and much gratitude. Author Lexi Trang.
Chapter 1. The First Step, the True Power of Listening. I remember that first feeling of starting English so clearly. I felt so small, facing this huge world of language. The words seemed so hard to remember. When I tried to listen, people spoke fast, like a machine. I couldn't catch even one single word. It felt truly scary. It made me feel down about myself. I even thought, maybe English is just not for me. But a small voice inside me whispered, just keep going. Don't quit. It reminded me that every big journey starts with one small step. Even when I couldn't understand everything, I told myself, maybe I should at least just listen. That moment was my golden starting point. At first, listening was truly not easy. I couldn't remember anything. I kept asking myself, why can't I even hear one word clearly? But then a wonderful thing happened. The more I listened, the more familiar things felt. Slowly, I started hearing words. One day, I heard the word hello in a song, and I realized I knew that word. It was the song Hello. Another day, I heard the word friend in a movie, and I felt so happy because I heard it and understood. I started praising myself. Instead of being upset about not understanding the whole sentence, I cheered, wow, I heard 2 words already. From that point on, I just opened up English YouTube channels, left them playing, and listened. I listened while cooking, while exercising, and even while taking a shower or going to the bathroom. Sometimes I even repeated the sentence I heard, and slowly, listening to English became something I truly enjoyed. I had a strong feeling that the day I speak English well was very close. This is why I always say, learning starts with listening. Before you try to speak, write, or read long stories, give your brain the gift of listening. Your brain is very smart. Even if you don't understand every word, it is still working. It's still processing the sounds and slowly setting them up in your system. Just think about when you were a baby. You didn't start talking right away. You spent months just listening to your parents and people around you talk. Slowly, all that listening helped you get ready to say your first word. So, listening is the first and most important step. When you start, it might not feel very fun. You will listen and not understand. You will think, it's too fast. How can I catch up? But don't worry. Speaking English comes slowly and very naturally, just like the sunrise. First, it is dark. Then you see a little bit of soft light. Then the light gets stronger. Finally, the sun rises and everything is clear. Your English journey will be just like that. Maybe at the start, you won't understand everything, but every day, with every minute of listening, you will slowly understand the whole picture. The secret is to listen every day. It doesn't need to be long. Even 10 minutes a day makes a big difference. Scientists have studied and found that rhythm and routine has the power to break all limits. So you don't need to sit for hours to study. You just need to set a clock to a certain time each day and listen. Here is the good news for those who want to break their language limits fastest and shorten their time to speak English well. Right before you sleep or right after you wake up, choose something you like to listen to. Even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes, that's fine. This simple, repeated action tells your brain, this is an important language I must master. Because of this, your brain becomes sharper than ever. Trust your own brain. If you are at the starting line, begin with listening. Don't push yourself too hard. Let the sound of English become familiar to you, like a song you play again and again until you know the tune. With time, the tune will become words. Words will become sentences. And soon you will understand much more than you ever thought possible. Remember, every journey. Chapter 2. Speak, speak, and speak. After all that listening, I thought, okay, I'm good to go. I'll be able to speak soon. But I quickly learned that listening is just the first step. To truly speak, I had to practice. I had to say the words out loud. At this time, I read some science papers about the brain and language. I found out something important. The brain does not care if you say a long or a short English sentence, or even just one word. The brain only knows that you are speaking English, a language different from your first language. When you walk on the street or go to the supermarket, you see many English words. Just look at them and read them out loud. Don't worry about being right or wrong. Just say them. This is how you start to speak without fear. This is how you start to turn on your own language switch. At the beginning, I only used very short sentences. I said things like, I am happy, or this is my book. Or in the supermarket, I would say, this is a carrot. This is an apple. This is a fish. This is chicken. I had a strange feeling, like I was already fluent in English. I realized that giving myself credit for these small wins is a step I absolutely need to take on this path to speaking English like a native. This small practice gave me the power to speak outside. One day, while I was paying at a small store, a foreigner was buying water. The shop owner didn't understand, but I heard the word water. I quickly told the owner, he wants to buy water. In that moment, I felt a brand new kind of happiness. I had used English, and someone understood me. It was a short sentence, but it gave me huge confidence. Another time, I was waiting at a red light in Ho Chi Minh City. A group of foreigners on motorbikes stopped and asked the traffic guard for help, but he didn't understand. The foreigners kept asking, and the guard just stayed quiet. But I heard the word airport. So I shouted to the guard, "They want to go to the airport. Please show them the way." Everyone around looked at me. I felt a proud, strong feeling inside. That moment gave me even more drive to master this language so I could help more people. An expected thing happened. I also made many mistakes when I spoke. I remember once I wanted to say, "I am hungry," but I said, "I am angry." The person I was talking to looked at me with surprise. "Why are you angry?" We both laughed when I realized my mistake. The best surprise was this. Even though I said the wrong word, they still understood what I meant. My mistake did not end the conversation. It made the conversation feel more real. From that day, I started seeing mistakes not as bad things, but as teachers. Every mistake gave me a clear lesson. They showed me the right way to speak. Here is a truth you need to understand. Mistakes do not break your English. They will not stop you from learning. In fact, they are proof that you are taking action. Think about a baby learning to walk. The baby stands up, falls down, and stands up again. No one says, "You keep falling, don't walk anymore." Instead, everyone cheers, "Try it again, you can do it." Your English learning is just like your legs learning to walk, by falling and getting back up, by making mistakes and trying again. There will be times when you are afraid to speak wrong. There will be times when others don't understand you. There will be times when you stop in the middle of a sentence and forget the word. That is okay. That is part of learning. Every time you open your mouth to speak, you are training your brain, your tongue, and your lips. You are building a new habit. Even if your sentence is not perfect, it is real and it belongs to you. The more you speak, the more the fear will go away. So remember this. Don't wait for the perfect moment to speak. That day will never come. Start right now with the words you already know. Say them out loud. Talk to yourself. Talk to the mirror. Talk to the world. Even if the words are small, they have power. Your English journey will not be a straight line. There will be days you speak well and days you struggle. But every word you say is a step on a long road, and the road will take you forward as long as you keep walking. Remember, mistakes are your teachers. Your voice is your tool, and courage is your guide. Speak without fear, and you will become stronger every day.
Chapter 3. Reading to build your word bank. After I started listening and speaking with more confidence, I noticed something was still missing. I could listen, and I could say short sentences, but my world of words was too small. I wanted more. I wanted to understand more people and say more things. I realized that reading books was the fastest way to grow my vocabulary. I really loved Nicholas Sparks's novels. I was so excited about his stories that I bought all his original English books. I still have them now. I thought, since I love these stories, I'll be motivated to read the English versions. But when I picked them up, I felt stuck. After reading just a few pages, I felt sleepy and didn't understand anything. But then, one day, I read a small e-book, a children's story about a little dog. It had big words, colorful pictures, and only a few words on each page. I read it slowly. When I read the first page, I saw a picture of a dog near a tree. The sentence said, "The dog is lost." I understood. A strange, happy feeling rushed through me. I turned the page and saw a cat near a house. The sentence said, "The dog is looking." Again, I understood. It was like a small light bulb suddenly turning on in a dark room. Just by finishing that tiny e-book, I found 10 new words I didn't know before. I learned words like lost, found, tree, street, and others. They were simple, but they were new bricks for my English house. And the best part? Because the story had pictures and was very easy to follow, I remembered the words without any stress. They weren't just words on a page, they were part of a story, part of the little dog's adventure. That was the moment I learned a big truth. Even a small story can open a big door in your mind. You don't have to start with a big novel or a hard academic paper. You can start with the smallest book, even a children's book, and your vocabulary will still grow. Every page is a gift. Every sentence is a lesson. Because of this experience, I created many English e-books that are simple children's stories, from basic to advanced. They have easy to understand pictures and simple everyday stories that carry good messages. This way, you learn new words, enjoy reading, and get good life lessons. These stories will always be updated in the English Inner World Project. Going back to my English journey, I started reading every day. Each night, I read a few pages, and every time I read, I found something new. Sometimes a new word, sometimes a new way to put a sentence together. I noticed that when I read, my brain did something special. It connected the words into groups. Without learning hard grammar rules, I was learning how sentences work naturally. Reading gives me both new words and how to use them. One day, I surprised myself. I was writing a quick note in English, and I used a sentence structure I had seen in a book. I didn't try to force it. It just came naturally from my mind. That's when I knew reading is not just about understanding a story. It's about planting seeds in your mind. Later, those seeds will grow into your own words and sentences. Reading is also about connecting your thoughts to the language. When you read, you don't just see letters. You see pictures in your mind. You feel the emotion. You live the story. That makes English feel alive. If someone asks me, "What should I read?" my answer is always, start with the basics, with what you enjoy. If you like animals, read about animals. If you like adventure, read a simple adventure story. If you like deep thoughts, read those. The most important thing is not how hard the book is, but how you feel. If you enjoy it, your mind will open up. I want you to imagine this. Every book you open is like opening a new window. At first, the window might only show you a small garden. Later, it might show you a street, a city, and even the whole world. The more you read, the more windows you open, and the wider your English world becomes. So my message is, don't be afraid of books. Don't say, "This is too hard." Instead, say, "This is a chance. I will take it, even if I only take one step today." With every step, your words will grow, your sentences will become clearer, and your confidence will also improve. Reading is not a speed race. It is about a deep connection.
Chapter 4. Writing Your Own Life Story. After I listened, spoke, and read, there was one next step waiting for me. That was writing. At first, I thought writing was only for people who were already good at English. I thought, how can I write when I don't know many words? But then I read some information shared by a language expert that totally changed my mind. She said, writing is not about being perfect. Writing is about putting your thoughts on paper. That message gave me the motivation to start my writing journey. I bought a small notebook that I could carry everywhere. On the first page, I wrote only one sentence. My name is. Just one line. It looks simple, but it was the start of a new journey. The next day, I added one sentence. I go to work. The third day, I wrote, I have a book. Every day, I just added one or two simple sentences. Slowly, the notebook became a place to record what happened in my day. At first, the sentences I wrote were very simple and full of mistakes. I forgot verbs, I used the wrong words. But here is the good truth. Every mistake became my teacher. When I looked back at the notebook, I could see what was wrong, and I could try again. The mistakes on the paper showed me my weak spots, and over time, they made me better. Writing gave me much more confidence. One of my favorite memories is when I wrote about my family. I wrote, my mother is kind, my father works hard, my sisters like to sing, my brother is handsome. Then I wrote about a dream. One day, I want to travel to another country and speak English with many people. When I saw that dream written in the notebook, it felt more real than ever. And that was the foundation that later helped me travel to nearly 10 countries without any tour company. I want to share this with you. Imagine that every page you write is a brick in your English house. When you write one sentence, you lay one brick. When you write 10 sentences, you build a small wall. With every page, your house becomes more complete and stronger. Reading gives you the bricks. Listening gives you the design of the house. Speaking makes the house look nice. But writing is when you truly build it with your own hands. That house will belong to you because your words created it.
Writing has another gift. It makes your memory stronger. When you write, you must use the words you already know. Pull them from your memory and put them on paper. This action helps your brain remember them deeper. A word you write down is like a seed planted deep in the soil of your mind. Don't wait until you know more to write. Write so you can start to know more. Start now. Get a notebook. Write 1 sentence. Tomorrow, write 2 sentences. The day after, write 3 sentences. Don't worry if they are short, simple, or full of mistakes. Every page is a brick. Every brick is progress. Remember, writing is not about becoming a great writer. Writing is about finding your own voice in English. And when you see your own words on paper, you will know that English is not just something you are learning, it is something that helps you fill your dreams.
Chapter 5. Living with English Every Day. After I learned how to listen, speak, read, and write, I found one last secret. This secret is what makes English feel natural and alive. It is not just about studying, it is about living with English every day. This is called immersion. It means you put yourself in an English environment in small ways, thinking, hearing, speaking, and even relaxing in English. When you do this, English becomes a part of your daily life, not just a subject in a book. You do not need to live in an English-speaking country to speak English like a native. You can bring English into your own home. Your phone can speak English. The music you listen to can sing in English. Books, games, movies, all of them can bring English to you every day. The world is full of English waiting for you to invite it in. For example, I started changing small things in my room. I put sticky labels on objects: door, window, chair, table. Every time I looked around, the English word appeared. I also changed my phone's language to English. At first, it was a little strange, but slowly I started to understand. Every time I opened my phone, I was practicing. These small steps created a big change because they turned my world into a small English world. Thinking in English is an invisible power that makes you quick and creative. At first, I always had to translate in my head from my first language to English. If I wanted to say, "I am hungry," I had to think in Vietnamese first and then translate it to English. That took time and made me worried. But one day, I decided to try something new. From now on, I will think simple things in English. When I ate, I thought, "This rice is good." When I walked, I thought, "The sky is blue." These small thoughts were not perfect, but they were in English. Slowly, my brain started choosing English by itself without me trying to translate. And here is the magic. When I think in English, everything becomes quicker and simpler. Living with English every day is like having a friend who is always with you. At first, it might feel strange, but the more time you spend with it, the closer you become. Soon, English will feel like a natural part of your day. You will listen to music, watch shows, write notes, and talk to yourself without any pressure. English will start living inside you. The real secret is not a big action, but small habits. You don't need to spend many hours every day. Even 10 minutes of English, if you enjoy it, can change you. Listen to a song in the morning. Watch a short video in the afternoon. Write 3 sentences in your notebook at night.
or change it to fit your own time. These moments, though small, together create an English environment just like you are living abroad. Remember, English becomes simpler when it is a part of life. If you keep it only in books and have to sit for hours to study, to cram, to memorize many words, it will feel heavy. But if you let it enter your life naturally, the language ability that is already inside you will be easily activated. I want you to feel this deeply. When you start thinking in English, your life has officially changed. Don't wait for the perfect time or place. The time is today. Invite English into your life. Even right now, you can say, I'm reading this ebook.
Chapter 6. Be patient, be hardworking, and just keep it simple. After I learned to listen, speak, read, write, and live with English every day, there was still one last lesson I needed to learn. This lesson is not about books, words, or grammar. It is about my dream. The truth is, if you don't know this, you will feel that learning English is not always easy. Some days are full of excitement, but other days are slow and discouraging. Some days you feel strong, but other days you feel tired. You just need one key realization. Follow the formula and stick to the rules, and remember the 6 golden words. Do it simply. Do it happily. Do it with trust. Do it gently. Do it often. Do it with heart. On those hard days, the most important thing is to be patient, keep working, and just keep it simple. I remember a time I wanted to stop. I had studied English for many months, but I felt like I wasn't moving forward. I compared myself to people who spoke faster and felt bad about myself. One evening, I closed my notebook and thought, maybe English is not for me. Maybe I will never speak well. I felt heavy, and I was very close to giving up. But then I remembered a saying from a teacher. Every big old tree was once a small seed. Those words stayed in my mind. I thought, if every word I learn is a seed, then my English is a garden. Maybe today I don't see the flowers blooming, but if I keep planting and watering, one day it will become a beautiful garden. That thought gave me the strength to continue, one small step at a time. The truth is, success does not come from big jumps. It comes from small, steady actions every day. Listen to a story. Say a sentence. Read a page. Write a note. Watch a video. These moments seem tiny, but together they build a strong path. To keep going on that path, you need patience. Patience is a gentle voice that tells you, don't worry, good results will come at the right time. Without patience, you will always feel stressed. With patience, you can enjoy the journey. I learned to tell myself, being patient until today is great. Learning one more word is great. The important thing is that I'm still going. This kindness toward myself gave me peace and energy. I also found strength in setting small goals. For example, this week I will learn 5 new words. This month I will finish 1 small book. When I reached those goals, I felt proud. Every goal is a guiding star in the dark. And here is a very touching thing I want you to remember. Your future self will thank you. The person you will become 3 to 6 months from now will look back at today and say, thank you for always being patient. Thank you for all those small efforts. Even when it feels slow, you are building a future version of yourself, stronger, more confident, and more free. You are creating the future you want. Think about the garden again. Every word you learn is a seed. Some seeds grow fast. Some need time. But they are all part of your garden. If you keep planting, keep watering, and keep waiting with patience, one day you will walk into a beautiful garden full of flowers and fruit. That garden is your English. It will bloom if you stay patient and work hard with a simple heart. So, here is my final message to you. The fact that you want to speak English shows that across countless lifetimes, you have been a very good English speaker. Your job is just to water the tree every day so it can grow fruit. Don't let fear or doubt stop you. Don't compare yourself to others. Walk at your own speed. Be patient, stay motivated, and be kind to yourself. Every effort counts. Every mistake is a lesson. Every day brings you closer. Your journey is not about perfection. Your journey is about progress, about change. One day, you will look back and smile. You will see how far you have come and know that all those tiny steps were worth it. So everyone, we have traveled this journey together, listening, speaking, reading, writing, living with English, and learning how to be patient. Each step is a small light, and when you bring all these lights together, your path becomes clear and bright. Remember, no step is too small. Even one new word, even one short sentence you say today is a victory for tomorrow. Now I want to hear from you. Will you start right away and write your commitment? Please share your answer in the English Inner World group on Facebook. Your words can help others who are also learning just like you.